Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to show you my daughter's self-regulation corner. This is a little corner of our house where she can come and manage her emotions, where we can learn positive coping mechanism for some of those big emotions that she might be experiencing, and where she can come and calm down and find some peace and relaxation. So I'm going to show you what's in here, how I set it up to be the perfect cozy place for her to learn to manage her emotions, and what kind of items you can find in this space as well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Soraya. I'm a mother of two beautiful children, and here on this channel I talk about mindful parenting, children empowerment and social emotional learning. So if these are topics you're interested in, I would love for you to subscribe. Please make sure you hit that notification bell so that you never miss one of my videos. I have made several videos about self-regulation for toddlers, and I have a whole playlist, so I will link that playlist in the description box below. You could go and have a look. I've got videos on activities that you can do with a preschooler to teach them self-regulation. I've got videos about my favorite books for self-regulation for toddlers, so make sure you go and check out that playlist. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing is that a self-regulation corner is not a place to be used for timeout. The purpose of the self-regulation corner is to be a safe place where your child can come and calm down and relax and handle their emotions while feeling really completely comfortable and cozy. And so if it's a place where you just send them when you're mad at them, then this place is going to be associated with negative emotions for your child. It's not going to be a place of relaxation anymore, it's going to be a place of punishment. So please make sure that you don't use the self-regulation corner for timeout. So first thing is, self-regulation corner is really a place of relaxation and peace, and we don't go there by force ever. Your child has to choose to come in the self-regulation corner. You can suggest it, but you really want this to be a place where they go from their own free will. Now, something that was really important to me when I set up this space is that I didn't want it to look like a classroom. A lot of time when you see those self-regulation corner in other homes, they look a bit like classrooms. They have a lot of posters up, a lot of things on the wall, and you know, different things work for different families, but I knew that in my daughter's corner this is not what I wanted, because I didn't want it to feel like a space for learning. I wanted it to feel like a space for relaxing, for really dealing with our emotions and for feeling completely at peace. And I've also put this rug, which is really soft and comfortable to sit on, because my daughter actually really enjoys laying down in this area to calm down and relax. I've also put a little chair here so that she can sit and read some of the books. The only poster that is in my daughter's self-regulation corner is this feelings tree poster, which is a part of my social emotional learning curriculum for preschoolers, which will be linked in the description box below if you want to go and check it out. But this was especially helpful in the beginning when she was still learning to articulate how she feels, and she was still learning the name of the different emotions so that she can express her emotions and tell me exactly what it is that she feels. So she would put her little picture on the correct emotion. I've got pillows here. Sometimes they're here, sometimes they're on her bed right here, but a lot of time they're right here. And these are not, I did not bring them in here for aesthetics reason. I really brought them here for a reason very much related to regulating emotions, and that is that sometimes when you're really pissed off, you need to punch something. And I would rather this thing to be a pillow than her little brother. And so my daughter knows that when she's feeling so frustrated and she needs to let this out, if she wants, she can come and she can punch her pillow, or she can scream in her pillow. This is one of the positive coping mechanisms that I'm teaching her. If you need to let that emotion out, that's fine, it's healthy. You need to let that emotion out before you can calm down and deal with the situation that has happened, but you need to do it in a way that is not harmful to others. So come here and punch that pillow if you like. Now here in this section she's got books, and these are all books that are related to emotions. You see that she's got quite a bit. As you may know, if you've been on this channel before, I'm really big on teaching children self-regulation, so we've got quite a few books on this topic. But here she will find books to talk about the different kinds of emotions, so if she likes, she could go and open it to the correct page and show it to me, and then we can talk about that emotion and what this means and what kind of physical sensation we experience when we are angry or when we are disappointed, or all of the different kinds of emotions that she may want to talk about. In this library here, we've also got two, one book and one set of cards for yoga. So this is a book that shows very super simple, super accessible yoga poses for toddlers. This is great if you have a very young child. At 3 years old, this book is totally accessible. This is made with really simple directions that a child can follow and then pretend like they're that animal, and so it's a really lovely approach. If you have a child who is slightly older or who is like my preschooler, a yoga adept and who loves yoga, then I recommend this set of cards, which has, I think, 30 cards, 30 picture cards with different yoga poses, and you can select you know, a little, like you can select like 5 of them to do your yoga exercise for that time and just follow the instructions, and so it's really well made. So these are also great. We can do some deep breathing in here. She can sit there and relax and go through her books. Now there are of course different ways that we cope with emotions, and here we have a little basket with loads of tools that we might use for that, or she might use them on her own. One thing that works really well with my toddler when she's really angry is to draw and color. We don't normally keep any arts and crafts tools and equipment in the bedrooms. They are all downstairs in the area that is a dedicated workspace for my toddler, where we keep all of our arts and crafts. There is only one exception for these mess-free coloring books. You can find these on Amazon or in supermarkets. I will put the link. But basically there's our magic markers, which means that if she were to use them on the furniture, it won't do anything. So it's not gonna stain the rug, it's not gonna stain her furniture, it's not gonna stain anything, which is why she's allowed to have them in here. And I find that coloring and drawing are ways that she can really let out a lot of those big emotions. In this basket she also has a stress ball. Again, you can find these on Amazon. They're not really expensive, and so sometimes when you're really angry and you really want to squeeze something, once again, I would rather it be a stress ball than her brother or me or anybody else that's on her way. And so she knows that she can come in here and she can just, you know, press on this and feel better, and actually this is really interesting to look at and to watch. And so just looking at this usually will get her really distracted from whatever big emotion she was having. So this is a good thing to have in there. This works really well also for slightly older children. Something else that we have in this basket is her emotional wheel. This is something that we do as part of my social-emotional learning curriculum for preschooler. I will link it in the description box below. This is a curriculum that I've created with loads of activities around learning to manage emotions, learning self-control, and learning to have healthy relationship with others. And so this is one of the activities that's included in that curriculum. So you could go and check out my curriculum, or you can make one yourself. It's really not that complicated, and there's 2 sections to it: I need, I feel, because something that's really important when learning to manage big emotions is to learn to express how we feel, but also what our needs are. So maybe if you're feeling really angry, maybe you need to drink a cup of cold water. If you're feeling really sad, maybe you need a big cuddle with mommy, or you need to do some deep breathing. So this emotion wheel kind of gives your child some clues and helps them to phrase what it is that they need in this moment. So this is really, really helpful. I think that learning to communicate about how we feel and about what we need is a big part to learning to be more at peace and to learning to manage our emotions. And please let me know in the comments below, what is your toddler's favorite coping mechanism? What is the thing that they really that really helps them manage their emotions? Do they use a specific tool, or do they have a specific technique or something that they do to help themselves calm down? Or do you think that you'll be using one of the ones that I'm showing today? Something else that we have in here is this, which is something that I've spoken about before on this channel, and these are our kids empowerment cards. And so these in here have lots of small exercises for self-esteem, self-compassion, relaxation, body awareness, feelings, fun and dreams. And so we really like to use them to help my daughter learn positive coping mechanism, to help her learn self-care. For some children, including my daughter, and I think my son is going to be really, really big on this, because I can see we already use it right now. Something that really helps sometimes with dealing with big emotions is music. Some children like singing, some children like listening to music, and I feel like music is something that really helps my children feel so much more at peace. This is a CD player that we use. There are different ways, of course, that you can listen to music in your house. I have a fairly strict policy when it comes to screens. So I didn't want my daughter to be listening to music on a phone, because I don't want that to come with a screen that she would be looking at. And this is why we are very traditional with devices in my home. I like CDs and I like CD players. This one is a shock-proof one. I will link it on Amazon, but it's fairly expensive on Amazon. I managed to find this in TK Maxx and it was half the price. So if you live in the UK, have a look in your local TK Maxx, because I've seen it quite a few times in TK Maxx and it's half the price. This also does karaoke, but we don't really care too much about that option. But what's nice about it also is that my daughter can use it on her own. She knows how to turn it on. So she will come when she's feeling really nervous or tired. Usually one time of the day where this really helps her is in the evening, when she's really tired, but at the same time she's got a bit of excess energy. And so it's all getting really difficult. And this is when she's most likely to have a big meltdown. And when she has those big meltdowns is usually the time when it's best to play some calm, relaxing music. Right, so you've seen my daughter's self-regulation corner. As you can see, it's super simple and it's not something that I've just made for her in one day. I've really taken the time to see what works for her. All of the different coping mechanisms that you can see in here are things that we have tried and we saw what worked, what didn't work. You know, not all of the children are the same. Also, sometimes it changes as they grow older. You know, something that might work, you know, during a certain time might stop working later. And then you need to find another way to deal with strong emotions. So it's, you know, the things that are in this space are constantly changing as my daughter is growing, and she now is really good at also identifying what she actually needs, you know, depending on what it is that she's feeling. But everything is here available for her so that when she has these big emotions, she can come in here and use that space. I hope that you have found this video helpful and useful. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video.